Welcome to the Python Learn Together, Code Together. Now we will see something more about the functions. Actually, depending upon the variable number of arguments, that means the arguments which we are passing to the function. For example, function and if you want to print two lines, I will just define one function as a function f of a comma b, like that. The arguments which we are passing to that function, basically it forms the three forms. So now we will see one of the forms, that is the default argument value or default argument value forms. Okay, default argument value, that means okay, we will check with that with our Python interpreter. Remember, now we are learning there are the basic three forms of the functions depending, which are classified based on the arguments that we are passing. I will just open the Python interpreter and okay, here I will define one function called def, and here it is fnct. Okay, this is the variable. You can use anything, or that means following those rules of these defining the variables. I just simply name this as def fnct. Okay, then here we need to write the arguments which we are passing to the functions. I will just type a comma and b equals to 4. That means here only I'm defining this b and I'm assigning this to 4, and c equals 5. I will explain why I'm doing like this. Okay, then I define the function. Then I need to just I'm going to just print the value of print a comma b comma c. Okay, no, we will just print in different lines. I will simply call I will simply write print a and print b. We can use even the slash n, but for the time being I'm just trying to take this and print c. Okay, print c. This completes our function. Now I'm going to call the fnct of here three variable arguments are there. That means I defined a and b and c. That means three arguments are there. In the previous case, that means in the previous video and all, we just defined here a comma b or anything variables, and we give the arguments here. That means we are giving function of 3 comma 2 comma 3, like this. All three arguments we are giving. But here what I'm doing means I'm just calling function of 4, function of okay, I will just call function of 10. That means here function fnct of a is now equals to 10. If I click enter, you can see 10 4 5. That means the a which gets the value from what we called here, that is 10, and b is already defined. That means b equals to 4 and c equals to 5. That is the default. It will take the default value. That's why it is called as the default argument value. Okay, here b equals to 4 and c equal to 5. So here we can see print b and print c 4 and 5. It will take us the default. But if I call this as fnct of 10 comma 20, okay, I will just call 10 comma 20. Now you can see a is equals to 10, and we'll check the result. Okay, a equals to 10, that value is taken from this. Okay, whatever we call from that, and fnct of this one, yeah, a comma b. Now this b, instead of the default value, it is taking the whatever the value we are giving to this b. So it is taking b equals to 20, and c it will take as the default value, because already we mentioned what the default has to be. So in some cases, if we don't want to pass all the three which are all there here, all the three different variable arguments are there. So if we don't want to pass all the values to all the the arguments, then we can use this default variable arguments technique. That means this form we can use. So if I call fnct of all three, that means 20 comma okay, 10 comma 20, yeah, 10 comma 20 comma 30, then you can see yeah, what's this? Oh, I just FUCT. This has to be FNCT, and okay, 10 comma 10 comma 30, 10 20 30, and here you can see now it will take all the values from this one. So we can even define the function like def function of, okay, here instead of a equals to 20 I will make. Now if we just call fnct, it will show us the default value. Okay, I'm going to just print all these values. So print, and here a comma, okay, a comma b comma c. I will click enter. Yeah, now we can see if I just call f and ct, here you can see 20 comma 4 comma 5. That means it is taking all the default values. But instead of that, if I call f and ct of 2 comma 3 comma 4, then you can see it will just print 2 comma 3 comma 4. That means if the value is not available from here, it will take us the default value, whatever we defined here. This is called the default argument values. Yeah. Now what I will do means I will just tell you about something called okay, what is that? In and not in. Okay, in and no, not a. Okay, we will see that in next video. I think I hope understand about this. That's the default argument value. How to use this? If any default things is there, then we can use that here inside the defining function. If it is not there, then we can just call. If the default values are not there, then it will use us the values whichever we are giving here. If it is there, it will take us there. It will take us from those defining values. I think you have understand about this. And also remember one thing, when we define the function like this, so for example I will define def, okay, you will come to now what I'm going to tell, def, and here f and ct. Okay, now I will just call my function my f and ct. I will just give us the name, and here I'm going to write a equals to 10, and I will just print the value of print, print the value of a. Okay, this is my function. Now if I call my f and ct, if I call just like this, then it will print the value of 10. If I call f and ct of 20, okay, it will just print the value 20. But now what I will do means I will just assign a equals to 50. Equals to 50. So now we may think if we call just the my fnct, then here a equals to 10, instead of here we assigned a equal to 50. So it may print 50, but we will check what it will do. My fnct, okay, I will call this, but it is 10. From this what we can observe is that the default value, whatever we are giving now, the default value, these are evaluated at the point of defining the function. These default values are evaluated at the point of defining the function. Okay, that means when we define this function, the default values, that means a equal to 20, b equal to 4, all these values are already fixed. It will create some maps, and it will fix all those values. So if we change that value later, that means a equal to 50, but if we just print the value of a, we can see it is 50. But inside the function, a value is equal to 10. That means the default value is equal to 10. That means while defining only, it will fix those values. So we can't able to change this values a equals to 10 by just assigning a equals to 50. So I think you hope understand how this default argument value works. Yeah, thank you.